Let's now look at an image of completely unknown origin. There isn't much information about where it was taken or who recorded it, but that's exactly what makes it so unsettling. In the foreground, you can see a person lying on the ground while several people around seem to be checking what just happened. Up to that point, it could be a common scene after a simple accident, but then the strange detail appears. Near some bushes standing, you can see another figure wearing yellow clothes, very similar to those of the person lying on the ground. Some say that the image shows the moment when something left his body. Others believe it could be a simple visual coincidence, but look closely. What do you really think appears there? A group of restaurant employees began to suspect that something strange was happening inside this place. Cameron, one of the workers, said that for months objects had been moving on their own, and some co-workers claimed to have seen faces among the shadows. One morning, while checking the security cameras, he noticed something strange in an empty storage room.
This morning I was working at the register. Look at that. Right there. No, wait, it gets better. That's not all. It gets better? Look up here. What is that? Right there. Oh! Yeah. Do you remember the bar this morning, Susie? I showed you that demon rabbit from hell. Now, wait, look. Is that a face there, guys? No, look. Oh my God, get out of the way. Get out of the way, get out of the way. It's literally, look at him. Don't take your eyes off him. See? I told you.
That's scary.
I know, right? I think it's pretty cool, actually.
First, a door opens by itself, then a bottle of oil falls off a shelf as if someone invisible had pushed it. But the strangest thing comes after. In the reflection of a fridge, a face seems to appear, and for a moment it seems like it's looking at the camera before disappearing. What do you see there? Coincidence, pareidolia, or something that was really watching?
What's going on? What the hell is that? No, man. Nah.
Guys, I just came off the porch and came here to check on the chickens. I heard my name.
My name. Secondly, it sounded like someone was saying, "Help me."
A man goes out to his porch at 1:32 in the morning to check on his chickens. He lives surrounded by hundreds of acres of swamp in an isolated area where, according to him, the neighbors have already heard strange things before.
Hey! Help! I need help. Harry! Can you help me?
At first, you can only hear the silence of the darkness, but then, from the bushes, a voice seems to call him by his name, and then asks for help.
Hey! Help! I need help. Harry, can you help me?
The man looks around the area, but he doesn't find anyone. The next morning, he checks an old abandoned trailer on the property, thinking that maybe someone is hiding there.
So, I'm not the only one who has had this experience. Other people have had these experiences. You just have to talk to the local people. Here in Densmore, they've had the same experiences around here. In fact, the situation is so serious that the police officers draw lots or argue about who has to come here when something happens. We often see them here trying to steal because we used to run a business in this place. So today I'm going to investigate a trailer that's on the edge of the property. They always steal from there. They took the copper and broke the windows. We're going to check it out. Inside that trailer, there is some evidence that someone has stayed there or something like that. So that's why we lock these things up. We lock these up because, as I said, they break them. The door is locked. This is the trailer I was worried about. You see it, brother? Look, I told you, bro.
At certain times.
All right, we're just going to take a look. Oh my God, what is this? All right, we're just going to take a look. Oh my God, what is this?
When he gets closer, something bangs from inside. Do you think it was a person hiding or something using their voice to lure him?
I need help. Harry, can you help me?
This case comes from a mother who shared a deeply personal experience. Her son, Alex, had gone through a very difficult time and, as she says, ended up losing his life. One of the things Alex loved most was playing the guitar and singing.
What? Hello, Alex? Are you going to play again, honey? Can you do it again? Something else is happening down here. Do you hear that? The speakers. Something is coming out of the speaker.
One night, while she was home alone, the woman started hearing sounds that seemed to be coming from her son's guitar. At first, she thought it might be something else, but the sound happened again, as if someone was plucking a string. At that moment, she decided to take out her phone and start recording. In the audio, you can hear a sound similar to a guitar, even though there is no one else in that room. Some people even say they can make out a very faint voice repeating "Mom." For her, it was a clear sign from her son. For others, it might have a more earthly explanation. This clip was shared on social media by Dennis Colosito and was recorded by a security camera next to a school in Tlosa, Philippines. It was nighttime, the building was closed, and there shouldn't have been anyone moving around that area. But the camera captured something that left many questions.
Is this your first time in Kaiba? Can you hear me? High school lang. Online tan. Lupat 5.
In the image, you can see a dark shadow moving quickly from side to side, as if it's running near the building. It doesn't seem to be a normal person, and just seconds later, it disappears into the darkness. That's when another mysterious detail occurs. Some of the lights in the school windows start turning on and off repeatedly. Dennis didn't have any logical or clear explanation. Part of him thought it could be kids playing a prank, but he also remembered stories about a little boy who had died in this school. This case happened in a children's museum, in one of those interactive exhibits where a thermal camera shows body heat on a screen. Something simple, almost educational, until the screen shows something that shouldn't be there. When the man moves away from the sensor, a blue, cold silhouette appears at the bottom of the monitor, as if someone were lying on the floor. The strange thing is, that when the camera turns toward the actual room, there's no one there. The floor is completely empty. It could just be a calibration error, a thermal shadow, or an effect of the sensor itself, but the shape doesn't look like just some random blotch. It looks like a human body. This clip was recorded by an explorer in what appears to be an abandoned or supposedly haunted place. And here, not much introduction is needed because the man's reaction says it all.
لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله الله القوي وأنتم الضعفاء. يا جماعة رب الكعبة هذا الباب قبل شوي اهتز قدامي. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء. أبو محمد ايش هذا؟ هذا ايش؟ من هنا لا إله إلا الله. ما في شيء ما في شيء. يا ويلي يا ويلي يا ويل أمي. مشكلة إنه حديد يا جماعة، حديد والله حديد. شوفوا حديد. اهتز المرة الثانية. يا ويلي يا ويلي. ايش اللي قاعد يصير يا جماعة؟ حصنت نفسي بلا إله إلا الله.
God is strong.
وأنتم الضعفاء. شوفوا يا جماعة محمد. لا إله إلا الله. شوفوا يا جماعة هذه الزرافة. أنا متحاصر يا جماعة.
As he moves through the place, you can hear him praying and repeating phrases very nervously. At one point, he mentions that a door is moving in front of him, even though there doesn't seem to be anyone nearby. His breathing quickens, the camera shakes, and the atmosphere becomes increasingly tense. Then he starts checking the entire place, focusing on metal structures, doors, and dark corners, as if he were trying to convince himself nothing is there. His fear seems completely real, or at least very hard to fake. It could have just been his nerves in a very dark place, or maybe he heard something that the camera didn't quite catch. Nia said that this video was recorded in 2014 while she was at her grandmother's house. For years, she didn't dare to share it until she finally decided to upload it to social media looking for answers. That night, she was lying down with her grandmother's dog, but the animal kept looking up at the ceiling. Above, there was only a fan and some hanging fly strips. However, Nia noticed that those strips were moving in a strange way and decided to start recording.
What are you?
Right after that, the dog leaves the room and the bed starts shaking. Nia and her cousin jump, thinking it's an earthquake, but nothing else in the room is moving, only the bed. When they asked their grandmother, she told them she didn't feel anything at all. Did the dog see something strange before they did? Or is there a simpler explanation for everything?
Now we're officially the only people here. Ashley, she's gone, so it's just us left. We're on the 3rd floor, which is one of the most active ones.
The Winchester Mystery House already has a very unsettling reputation on its own. Nonsensical hallways, stairs that lead nowhere, and doors that open onto walls.
No. Did you see that? Did you see that?
But this time, a family that doesn't hunt ghosts ended up recording something strange during a visit.
Here we are, we're on the 3rd floor. Which is one of the most active. It can't be.
The guide tells them that they're in one of the most active areas in the whole building, and right after that, a loud bang is heard.
Which is one of the most active. It can't be. We're about to leave and I was about to run, so you better keep up with us.
That sounded loud.
No one is close. The family is completely frozen, trying to figure out where that sound is coming from. And when they start talking again, it happens again.
No, thank you. Do you see that?
Did you see that?
It's scaring me.
Later on, they use some rods and ask questions related to Sarah Winchester, and the answers seem to come too quickly.
If you are a woman, can you cross the rods? No way. No way. If you're Sarah, can you cross the rods? Wow, thank you. This is very interesting. Is there something hidden in the walls of this house?
Look at that. Well, Sarah, the girl, hey, it's me. Now it's time again.
It was a draft in a huge mansion or something that's still moving through those hallways. A channel called Cotton Tape started uploading disturbing videos in 2011. The man behind this channel claimed to live in a rural area of Washington, where he supposedly had repeated encounters with a strange entity near his property. In this clip, he and a friend are walking at night when they hear noises coming from an old abandoned cabin. The place is dark, empty, and has been abandoned for years. Even so, they decide to go in. When they open the door, a pale figure appears crouched on all fours. For a few seconds, it remains motionless, but suddenly it runs toward them, letting out a completely terrifying scream. The two men run away, and when they look back, the figure is gone. Many viewers believe it looks like a creature known as El Rey, but I would like to know, what do you think? A security camera video shows something ordinary. A small dog goes out into the yard at night. Everything seems calm until the animal stops and looks toward the road. In the background, a dark figure moves slowly down the street. It's hard to tell if it's a person, a shadow, or just a camera effect. The dog freezes, watching, and then the figure seems to fade into the darkness. It doesn't clearly leave the frame. It doesn't walk away normally. It just stops being visible. The most reasonable explanation could be someone walking or running at night, obscured by compression and poor image quality, but the dog is definitely reacting to something.
We're in the Matrix, brother. This isn't real.
This short clip has a weirdness that makes you want to watch it again. A person is sitting in their car when suddenly they notice a woman walking on the sidewalk. Up to that point, nothing out of the ordinary. However, the woman isn't walking forward. She is moving backward so calmly that it looks as if someone had put reality in reverse. The most logical explanation is simple. Walking backward exists as an exercise, and some people practice it for health or training. But in the video, seen from afar and with that strange movement, it looks like a poorly loaded animation. On social media, they obviously called it glitch in the simulation. A girl was taking quick photos every night to keep her Snapchat streaks. She didn't want to show her face, so she used to take pictures of herself from behind with part of her room in the background. What she didn't know was that in one of those photos, the room wasn't empty. In the doorway, a dark figure appears, standing still, watching from the shadows. The story gets more unsettling because, according to the girl, she and her friends had previously played ritual games in that same room. One of them was the Red Book game, and she says that something started to feel wrong during that session. At first, she thought it might be her mother, trying to scare her, but her mother wasn't home. 7 years later, she still doesn't know what showed up there.
What was the original purpose of the building?
The Haunting of Ohio team was filming an interview at a bookstore called Magico Books. The place has history and is connected to an old Masonic temple, and the interview was also part of a paranormal investigation.
What was the building's original purpose?
Exactly what the records say, a Masonic temple.
At first, everything was normal. The owner began to explain the history of that building, and right at that moment, something hit the front window hard.
At first, the black and gold building on the corner of our block was the original Masonic temple.
There's literally nothing there.
It can't be.
The reaction is immediate. Everyone turns their head at the same time. No one laughs. No one keeps talking. The interview was abruptly cut off.
You would hear it if the Castle Games store opened, as if someone, and then they start ruling out possibilities in front of the camera in real time.
That was right at the window.
When they checked the footage, there was no one outside. No door was heard opening, and the neighboring businesses say it wasn't them.
There's no one here.
It was a perfect coincidence or something decided to answer before the questions even started. In Argentina, employees at a store say they find small footprints and handprints every morning, even though the cameras don't show anyone coming in. In Mexico, a user recorded a dark figure the size of a child. Which was motionless in front of an electrical box.
I swear, it's down.
In Slovakia, archaeologists found the remains of 77 people from 7,000 years ago. All of them were missing their heads. Thank you for watching the video up to this point. Only the brave make it. Leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more horror. Have some good nightmares.